Egg yolk, what's the freeze with my people, the Chico Army, and if you're new, you haven't earned your place yet, you're just a viewer of the tube. My name's Tyler, and welcome to the only crypto channel whose content stops you dead in your tracks. Don't worry, I'll stuff your arms with that load of crypto nuggets, cause it's time for Chico Crypto. Well, yesterday I showed the attractive Wild West world of DeFi and NFTs on Ethereum. People are mass rushing to put their assets on Ethereum, and this development is one of the 1-2 punch for Ether's short to mid-term bullish case. So, what is the two? Corporate and enterprise interests, which will gravitate all of their assets onto Ethereum as well. Many of you may have thunk I've forgotten about the Baseline protocol. I haven't. I support every single project's contribution to this, as it's going to help and usher in that second punch for Ethereum. So who is a corporate using the Baseline, which is highly important as they connect to the most large enterprises? That is SAP. Now, SAP is one of the largest vendors of ERP and CRM software and related applications worldwide. As we can see, they have the largest share of that market with 7.7% global dominance. And it's the large boys that use it, the Fortune 500 companies, the names you all know, and who have assets spanning continents. And it's safe to say at least 90% of these Fortune 500s use SAP. Now, SAP behind the scenes has been going all in on blockchain. PR Newswire covered their dive in October of 2018 in an article titled SAP Boosts Blockchain Integration and Customer Flexibility, Launches New Industry Consortia. The article also states in 2018 they added new support for Quorum, and this follows SAP's technology-agnostic approach and complements the existing support of Hyperledger Fabric and Multichain on the SAP Cloud Platform blockchain service. So Quorum was formerly owned by JP Morgan, and it's an enterprise and baking fork of Ethereum. So it's obvious back then SAP was looking at Ethereum, not the mainnet yet, but how it worked. Well, 2 years later, we get the full connection to the mainnet. Besides Quorum, Hyperledger, and Multichain, SAP can now connect to the Ethereum mainnet. They dropped a blog post in August of this year titled none other than SAP Integration with Ethereum Mainnet. A hefty post which includes a link to the GitHub, a demo including the execution with SAP's front end, and then finally at the end it talks of mainnet integration and use cases. SAP says this: there is an open source project that seeks to allow enterprises to collaborate over mainnet without revealing sensitive information. It is called the Baseline Protocol. Founding members include Microsoft, AMD, and Ernst & Young, who are behind the Nightfall project, also working with zero-knowledge proofs. Now, back in the PR Newswire article, they mentioned a consortia member by name that was part of the original 35 members. That was Kona Coke One of North America, the Coca-Cola IT Systems company. Well, Kona, they moved on this for Coke in 2019, 11 months ago. The first set of North American Coca-Cola bottlers adopted a blockchain platform based on SAP and Hyperledger Fabric. This initial project's goal was to streamline the relationship between franchise bottling companies, as we can see from the article, 12 of them to be exact, to make cross-organization supply chain transactions frictionless and transparent. The article also stated, thanks to SAP's blockchain, inventory information is stored immutably in a single platform. So there's a clear record of stock, meaning orders can be filled quickly and reliably. This also reduces reconciliation time. Kona hopes to see the typical 50 days decrease to under a week. So obviously increased efficiency, thus they expanded this to all their bottlers, all 70 of them, just 1 month later, November of 2019. Then the next thing we hear about this is them baselining the North American Coca-Cola bottling supply chain. Unibright dropped the article, including what the project will prove, including zero knowledge, baselining versioning business documents, tokenization of invoices, and connecting to Hyperledger instances. Now, of course, Unibright is a major component of the Baseline protocol and thus this Kona integration, as on the OpenOasis Baseline website, they have a video baselining SAP ERP and Microsoft Dynamics 365. And as we can see, Unibright is a main component of this solution. They are part of automating the setup with mapping and proxy testing through the Unibright connector. They are part of integration with ERP systems, including SAP, which they give a full demo of how it works with UBT. So this is one of the first completed baseline pieces. It's part of the reference implementation. So obviously UBT will be a part of the bottling SAP Ethereum mainnet solution. And by the way, results for those are supposed to come this quarter, as shown from Unibright's Medium post. Now, scrolling up in that post, we can see what this initiative's long-term goal is. Kona now wants to extend the use case from the internal network to a larger audience. Utilizing the Baseline protocol, the goal is to establish a Coca-Cola bottling harbor, enabling a low-barrier network joining process for Coca-Cola bottling suppliers. Yes, suppliers, like international, like across the US borders. Now, figuring out what else needs completed and the progress for stuff like this, a good freaking place to look is the Baseline GitHub, specifically the issues, open and closed. As we can see, progress is being made, 49 are closed, but there are still open issues, nearly over 65 of them to be exact. So there is still a good amount of work for the end goal. But a good place to see a wrap up of the completion towards it is issue number 102, which is documentation, but documentation on use cases. As we can see, there's an open spot for cross-border shipment via U.S. Customs and Border Protection, something needed for a network of international suppliers to join. And this actually leads us right into our sponsored segment of this video, supported by our friends at the Morpheus Network. And like always, the full details of our agreement can be found in the description. Now diving into that issue, we can see there are 4 assignees: Kyle Thomas of Provide, Not a Crypto, then Unibright's Martin Young, and Stefan Schmidt, and a Noam Epple of Morpheus Network. And as we can see, he is the one who first posted, showing how it will work with Morpheus Network. So to begin, what is Morpheus? Well, it's a software as a service middleware that integrates both blockchain and legacy technologies in the cargo and shipment domain, providing a solution for quicker, safer, and efficient global supply chains. So this is their domain. It's why they are assigned to the issue, because they have working solutions ready to be baselined. In April of this year, Hanha announced a partnership with Morpheus Network. As we can see on their blog post, their partnership helps companies understand the opportunities for USMCA cross-border trade and compliance challenges. And they posted a video of this on Hanha's website from Morpheus Network, showing what it does. And I want to play this clip from it.
Shippers work with their transportation partners to track goods from origin to destination. Shipment data such as product ID, weight, quantity, and value, together with carrier assets such as VIN and container IDs, and IoT track and trace must be consistent across all prevailing technology platforms, from the ERP, such as SAP, through to the Customs and Border Protection platform.
Cross-border guarantees connecting right to ERP systems like SAP. Now, who is Hanha? Well, they are the creator of Parcel Live, a shipment hardware module for use in cargo, high-value shipments, and more. And it provides shippers and customers with real-time information regarding the GPS location, condition, temp, humidity, and more. And the security of their assets are guaranteed, no matter the country or logistics carrier. As Hanha is set for strict compliance, customs, certificates, airline approvals, and more. And as we can see, the airline approvals accepting Parcel Live just rack up and up and up. Now, Hanha has their blockchain integration section on their website, and guess what? They have a USMCA case study, a Brexit case study, and who is their partner? As we can see plastered all over, it's Morpheus Network. So, Morpheus is definitely set up for enabling cross-border supply chains with the Baseline protocol. Their solution is US, Mexico, Canada ready, and it's Brexit Europe ready, plus 32 international airline approval ready. Like I said, there is a reason they were appointed to this specific use case for the Ethereum solution. Now, the final thing I want to discuss regarding being based as freak is that Stanky Link and their contribution to Baseline. Just 3 days ago, Chainlink put out their blog post titled How the Baseline Protocol Integrates Chainlink Oracles. And what I want to focus on is example number 2, baselining tokenized invoices with externally sourced interest rates. As that is a part of the Coca-Cola project and goal, tokenized invoices. Chainlink knows invoices are subject to fluctuating market conditions and differing interest rates, and thus their Oracle solution will solve this. Now, going to the Baseline roadmap, as we can see, Chainlink's job is to show how their oracles can be used with workflow logic, which according to the map should be done soon. But below this is Baseline and DeFi, invoice tokenization and factoring, which I'm sure Chainlink is doing. Going to the GitHub, we can see from the first post, it's a proof of concept by Chainlink, Unibright, Provide, and Between. And as we can see below, the project kicked off in August with a result publication also in Q4 of this year. Thus, this is an important piece of the Kona Coca-Cola solution, as its results go live at the same time, Q4. And this demonstration will show the world the power of blockchain on the mainnet to enterprises. If they fulfill the goal of baselining all 70 of Kona's bottlers and all their suppliers, that is a massive market alone from just one company. North America is Coke's largest market, generating 32% of its over $37 billion in annual revenue. Cheers, viewers. I'll see you next time.